had no idea. I was tricked into this. Thank you so much, Paulo. You know how much I love your city and how much I love some of these people here. And thank you for having me again. Obrigado.
To be honored is, it's kind of a blend of adrenaline and humor and sadness and beauty and all of the things that the emotional ride that movies take me on, and I'm feeling it all tonight. So thank you guys so much.
Now I know why he bought me a ticket to get here.
And after, when I was doing a tour in France, there was a guy like crying after like this débat. After he said, "Why did you do this? Because the moment is so intense and so romantic, and then this old lady, this shit bitch, you know, she goes away and everybody laughed, and it kills my emotion." I know it was exactly what I wanted to kill your emotion. It's you're horrible. I said, okay. No.
Meeting you is for me one of the best and the most inspiring meeting that I had in my life as a director, and I feel very moved and blessed for that. And today, seeing you again here and with the same energy and the same passion for what you defend is, as a director, for me, is a kind of lesson. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Obrigado, as we say.
Esta película es una película que empecé a filmar a fin de 1994 y terminé a fin de 1997. Fue filmada durante fines de semana de una manera muy independiente, con actores amigos y equipo técnico amigo, y fue hecha así con un espíritu muy independiente.
And then there's certain people like Nan Goldin's in the film, and she did the stills on all my films. And Luc Santz is in the film, the great American writer. And we were just all friends. Like when I needed dead bodies or anything, I would call friends, and they would come. And then when we did the car accident scene, it was $50 a car, and it was a fireman training school. So they dragged it to the fireman's training school, and then the firemen came and blew up all the cars, and were very happy. And I brought them a big keg of beer. And then I got a call from the ambulance department, who are all of the brothers of the firemen, saying, "We want to be in the movie." So then I wrote that other scene.
Since, because they are personal films, I cannot grab them from many other places. So I need to actually have lived experience in order to actually come up with these kinds of moments. That takes time, of course, unfortunately, but it's needed. And then once that is done, when you are feeling, and that's a very important moment, I don't make a film just because I like to make films. I make them when I feel they are necessary to be made.
Of course, everyone wishes very much to find logical explanations to behavior or to everything that happened. But I very often have the impression that it's more in our heads, this wish that something should make sense, or it should be understandable.
I don't know how you feel if you're looking at your old pictures or something. It was a torture. I'm going like, I mean, I just was dying. And now, I have to say, everybody else was doing that too in the film. We just forgot, when you play music, you don't think of how do I look. No, you just play and you're like, So we look a little bit like idiots, but that's okay, We were having a very good time.
Mais je suis très très heureuse que vous soyez là pour les voir. Et encore une fois, je vous remercie d'être là et vive le cinéma.
brother of Sylvester Stallone is playing the barman, and of course that was a little bit of a joke for me, but he was very good. He was exactly what I wanted in the casting. The casting was done very carefully, so when his brother saw the movie, Sylvester, he said, "I hate this movie. Everything that this movie stands for, everything this movie says, I hate it. And I must make sure never to work with anybody who has worked on this movie."
I think you decided that raindrops were okay with angels.
Well, yes, once you're on Earth, it's all, you can get wet. No, I cared about walking. How do they walk? I mean, what's it? This is in English, hoovering,
Yes.
schweben.
Yes.
So you know that you can't
Levitating.
just angels out like this. It's so you try to do
Higher. Floating. Yes, I thought they should float. But we see them walk through walls. So they can do things that people can't do.
E eu, no outro dia, antes de eu morrer, disse assim: "Oh, Manel, aquela vez que a gente voltou a Zirinchar, depois de estar no hospital, o Manel chorava porque de alegria de conseguir acabar o filme, ou da gente não ter morrido." E eu respondeu muito sabiamente: as duas coisas eram a mesma.
Again, it's just those opportunities when someone says, "You're like the puppet master, and people will do what you say today." It makes you really happy, and you can use that. Like, there's a lot of terrible dictators in the world, but then there's also people that have this kind of access and they just have a lot of fun and laugh a lot, and that's the kind of dictator I'd like to be.
C'est un film qu'il faudrait revoir plusieurs fois. Je me souviens que Chabrol me disait qu'il avait vu le film plus que 100 fois. Et il voulait le revoir constamment. Donc,
tu permets Moi, je l'ai vu 300 fois.
Merci.
What's for me exciting is this program started in an apartment however many years ago, and with lots of beer and enthusiasm. And here we are in Lisbon, Portugal, watching these films again all these years later. It's really so exciting. Thank you for coming. You're adventurous moviegoers. I hope you feel rewarded by what you're about to see. Thank you.
In my case, I stumbled, honestly was a self-taught animator, made a short that did really well, and suddenly was teaching animation at the university, and it became a way to say, well, I do that for a good part of the week, and I can keep making films. And I think to a large degree we all do that. See You Act. So, you show up and he'll be the clerk in Hal Hartley's film.
Yeah,
or,
and I've made a fortune as an actor, fortunate.
Vous allez voir, si vous ne l'avez pas vu, un des films les plus étranges que j'ai jamais vu de ma vie. Comme par hasard, je l'ai fait.
Nós gostamos muito de aprender como se fazem os filmes e como foram evoluindo.
E eu gostei de aprender a saber como é que eram os filmes antigamente.
Et nous essayerons de faire de ce colloque aussi un temps de recherche, d'exploration, si possible une exploration inédite de ces problèmes de l'articulation ou pas entre le psychisme, le comportement dysfonctionnel et l'œuvre singulière, l'œuvre d'art.
Je ne suis ni psychologue, ni psychiatre, et que le thème de notre conversation, qui est la folie et la création, je ne pourrais pas vous donner des vues d'experts à ce sujet, et je me contenterai de vous relater quelques-uns des épisodes de ce que j'ai pu vivre avec l'un des tout plus grands, non seulement pianistes, mais personnages musiciens du XXe siècle, qui est Glenn Gould.
Para mim, o Wowzer, mais do que a solidão, o que é interessante é que tem esse anacronismo aí, uma espécie de deslocamento em que ele está fora do lugar, tem uma inadequação, mas é uma ligeira inadequação, é como se a imagem tivesse ligeiramente fora de foco. E é essa inadequação que põe o Wowzer num lugar que é um lugar que permite essa percepção, essa criação, como eu acho que a Louise Bourgeois também.
C'est ça qui a été présenté aujourd'hui, c'est un art de la survie, justement, et qui pousse les limites de la vie, bigger than life. C'est quelque chose qui nous oblige à, que ce soit une folie clinique ou qu'elle soit une folie littéraire, artistique, etc., elles se rejoignent là-dessus. C'est-à-dire sur un endroit, alors, dont je vais vous donner la formule au Moyen-Âge, en France en tout cas, on disait que la folie était un engin, un instrument de recherche, beaucoup plus qu'un destin.
Luego hay otra metáfora fascinante en el film, que es la metáfora del agua, la metáfora del río. El río genera resplandores, genera brillos, genera figuras deformadas que se reflejan sobre las aguas y en cierta manera viene a tratar de alegorizar lo que es el funcionamiento de la mente de un esquizofrénico, es decir, alguien que emite señales pero que no sabemos muy bien cómo interpretar y que deforma también, que destruye todo lo que es la visualidad precisa o la forma de habitación normalizada o que los que no estamos locos pensamos que es la forma de habitación o de estar en el mundo normalizada, ¿no?
Ils vivent un drame, ils vivent une tragédie, mais ils arrivent à aller au-delà de cet emprisonnement, de cet enfermement. Ils transcendent cet enfermement et ils trouvent une manière de créer, de trouver une création symbolique, une création onirique, fictive. Et ce sont des œuvres de la survie. Les œuvres de Jaime, les œuvres de Nanetti sont les œuvres de la survie. C'est le seul moyen qu'ils avaient de garder la tête hors de l'eau.
Atención, morenos. Recién vuelto de sus maravillosas vacaciones veraniegas, no coja usted el metro. Lo mismo si viene de la orilla del mar que de la alta montaña. Bastará con que el sol haya atezado suficientemente su rostro para que pueda ser confundido, sin malicia alguna, con el de cualquier meteco.
Word by word, I describe. You accept each fact and ask yourself, what does he really mean? Quarto after quarto of sky, salt sky, sky of the placid tear, printed from the other sky, punched with stars. Pages, pages, laid out to dry.
It's a kind of touch with the open, without skin, you know, with fingers touching the poet and his poetry, and turning it into cinema poetry.
Один среди зеркал в ограде отражений, Мария городов, лучащихся в чаду, и мать в слезах берет ребенка на колени.
Thank you.